Greetings. I'm Pastor Eric Smith, and this is Wakening Grace. Do you ever talk to yourself? Of course you do. I do too. I usually don't do it out loud, but I do it all the time. I carry on running conversations with myself. When I'm in the midst of thinking about a sermon, Karen will sometimes point out to me that I am being animated in my silence, shaking my head, furrowing a brow, grimacing, acknowledging a good point. If I'm really into it, I start gesturing too. My family mocks me. But I always make sense to myself. I'll bet you do too. I have found that when I feel good, all of life seems to me to be pretty good. I have found out that when I feel bad, things look dismal and depressing. When I'm tired, I'm pretty sure the people around me are piling on work or expectations and the load is just too much. When I was younger, I just had to have certain things. I would obsess about them until I figured out a way to acquire them. There have been times in my life when I was certain that I was not being appreciated, and I found out later that I was really wrong about that. Well, whether right or wrong, smart or dumb, I always make sense to myself. And I bet you do too. We always make sense to ourselves, even when we don't make sense to anyone else. This period of the pandemic is particularly dangerous to us. It's not just because of the virus, although we always want to be careful about that. It's more dangerous because we're so tired of this. Our hopes have gone up because of the vaccines, but now down because getting vaccinated could still take some time. This is the aftermath now of our giddy optimism. Now it's a downtime. We can talk ourselves pretty low, and everyone has the same issues, so why complain right now? We always make sense to ourselves, even as we are going down, yet justifying why we're not talking to anybody about it. We always make sense to ourselves. The more important issue is, do we make sense to someone else who will listen to our self-justifications? Will you pray with me? Oh God, thank you for the vaccines that are being distributed and the hope of a virus-free health for all of your children. Help me today to be honest with someone else about how I'm feeling and see if it makes sense. This is my prayer. Amen.